Live, baby. But we starting this a little different today. We're gonna listen to my good homie Michelangelo, his music in the back. Don't Close Your Eyes. Available on Apple Music and other streaming services. So make sure y'all tap in with him. Follow him at Michelangelo of Hip Hop on Instagram. Please. But let's vibe out real quick.
Cause that's my queen, an image of perfection. God gave it to me, I'm her king and she's my blessing. Just a homo sapien, so blame science for my erection. The church is that I'm cursed, since my birth, I'm the dirt. Hit the dirt, cause they shoot me, hit the church. They're recruiting, they say join us and we'll free from this demon. She says baby just relax and I will free you from the semen. I told her my regrets, she gave me her respect. She said if love was God then we've been wed since we met. No matter we confess to the altar of the flesh. So we lie, she and I with one body against the next, keeping a watchful eye as her body gets undressed. Cause who am I to deny these injections of the flesh? Condemn by what we have done, but then save by what comes next. Oh, you mislead in mine, I come again, girl, don't you close your eyes. Just don't mislead.
This is something that I like to drive to, like at night. The windows are down. Just let the wind pluck your hair. Like, it's the end of the night when I'm sober.
Said she really loved the Jamaican style. So me want forward and chill for a while. You me love your face and your pretty cute smile. That girl that she's so flexible enough style. So me say you know that she's not for your cry. Yeah, she love home girl so she loves pride. Fuck anywhere she not care about bride. Alright, put her on nigga, yo that girl I know. Yeah, me will real up the claim up in her belly. And she said she love it all, something up his belly, yeah. Something busting her, yeah, yeah. 9 months after she give me the contact, baby forward. Physically, let me love her, me the king of the jungle. And she ready now, free me love. You play, oh, you mislead. In mine, I come again, girl, don't you close your eyes. Just don't mislead, oh, you mislead.
It's a vibe. Green chair, the green shirt. Give it. Unplanned.
You do what you want, but just don't mislead.
I don't see that we're live here on Instagram, but I'm on it. So, okay. So let's just get started.
Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool.
I'm just going to go straight to Facebook.
Okay. Let's play some more Michelangelo.
So clear. You see, I come through with the mop because I'm clean. Looking like the freshest motherfucker on the scene. Pull up in the phone with it. That's the other phone. Let's be born with it. Either that or Maybelline. Please address me at your king. Or better yet, your high. Old school fly. Produce out of respect the sign. Trying to formulate a voice of some beautiful mind shit. Why you said I in the bullshit I'm buying? I'm out here in the race trying to polish up a diamond. Look, when I come through, hit the mop because I'm clean. Looking like the freshest motherfucker on the scene. Full of in the poem, next the other poem. Must be born with it. Either that or Maybelline. Yeah, wait up, let me switch it one time. It's Mikey in this bitch. Your boy's so cold, it's getting icy. Fuck around and find somebody wifey in this bitch. Your homie looking hella mad. You wanna fight me in this bitch? Yeah, I know I live with it every day. That's how it is when you're polished. This is split every day. Ain't no lacking in my action. I can get it every day. Aggression in my complexion. I can feel it every day. Can't you tell? It's all up in my look and in my smell, I'm compelled to put your baby mama in the cell. She can't help but wonder about the legend. She can tell I get it well, and everything that getting it entails. I come to hit them out because I'm clean, looking like the freshest motherfucker on the scene. Pull up in the phone with it, nastier than born with it. Must be born with it.
Mikey.
That'll make me. Yeah.
Trying to stream this on Facebook and I'm not having any luck. Well, first when I was doing Streamlabs, it was putting some kind of weird overlay on it. How do I go to her page and stream?
So I ain't gotta feel it. Look, feeling myself. Look. Say look. Say y'all know Mikey love. I'm fine all the time.
Give it up for Dirty D in the building. Humbly speaking, just dropped. Oh, make sure y'all tap in with her. Dirty shit's hard.
You know that.
Fire.
I wish y'all quit fucking playing on me like I'm not really with this shit. No motherfucking rap cap like I keep telling y'all bitch ass niggas.
Fuck you, and you, ayy. I don't really give a fuck. Niggas want me to play the bad guy where I am, baby. What's up?
Hey, get it. Do you need to get you in front of the frame? I feel like it. Everybody that's tapped in, make sure you download and stream Humbly Speaking by Dirty D on all platforms. Streaming right now. Make sure y'all tap in too tomorrow. We got a lot of coming in at Social 8 Art Music Festival tomorrow. Make sure y'all go get your tickets and get right.
I know, nigga, and that's all facts. I'm really low, and every song I do get better, and they know this bitch I'm chosen. They like how I get on beats, I get the flow.
All right, it's enough of that heat. Make sure y'all tap in tomorrow again. Like I said, Social 8. It will be some hot artists in Akron, local artists that will be performing. It's supposed to be a vibe at our Social 8 down here in Akron in the Valley. So make sure y'all go grab y'all ticket. I believe the link should be in Dirty D's bio, so make sure you guys tap in. I think they're like $20. And it's going to be a vibe. Let's see what kind of talent we got out here. So tomorrow, make sure y'all pull up.
Definitely.
So, as you all know, I've been promoting all week. It's Tap In Thursdays with a twist today. I'm in the hot seat.
Yes.
My good friend Mika here is going to be interviewing me. I want to just let y'all know that I decided to put myself on my show because I want y'all to know what it is I do out here, and I do have a platform where I showcase other artistry, and it's time to, toot my own horn a little bit and let y'all know what it is I do, who I am. What I do and who I am. So I'm gonna let Mika take the lead. She has formatted some questions for me, and it's some really great questions, so make sure y'all are tapping in, and make sure y'all share this video on Facebook and then afterwards on Instagram. So thank you so much, guys, for continuing to support me and tap in with me. Again, we're at Area 67 Recording Studio, the dopest studio in Akron. Make sure y'all tap in with them, follow them on social. And yeah, let's get into it, Meek.
Let's start.
Let's do it. So, what we doing today?
We starting like you started.
Okay.
So we got the quotes of the day.
Okay, what's the quote?
So I have, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. That's Maya Angelou. What you think?
My good sis.
Yes.
I love that quote because sometimes we get wrapped up on or in things we can't control. And I believe we may let that eat us up so much that we don't get stuff done. And I think that quote says, F that. Get it done, and if you can't control it, fix your attitude so that you are in a positive mindset to maximize your experience.
Exactly.
So
Mind over matter. I think that people get in their head so much that it stops them from actually being great.
Absolutely. And I'm one of those people. I'm guilty.
Me too. Oh my
I'm
God.
guilty of that.
I've been thinking the whole time I was at home getting ready, like, oh Lord, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's literally how it is. Thank you, Mom, for tapping in. What's up, Sweet Sharpie?
As always, every Thursday.
Yes, my girl.
So for my icebreaker,
Oh, okay.
I have, if you had your own talk show, who would be your first guest and why?
I have my own talk show. So, are we talking celebrity or okay?
Like you're the next Oprah.
Oh. I honestly would want to tap in with Larry June.
I knew
Now,
it was gonna be
if y'all know me, y'all probably expected me to say that because he's really the GOAT. And you know, I think he's absolutely amazing just because of the way he thinks.
Okay.
It's not your normal way of thinking as it relates to the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not rapping about money, cars, and clothes and hoes and things like that. It's more putting you up on game so that you can apply that game to your own life and you can, you know, elevate. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And he don't do too much, you know. He could be the flyest person in the room with some Gucci jogging pants and no chains on, just your regular tee, and you could tell, okay, this man is about his business, you know. And I don't like my men to be like that. So
confidence.
exactly.
Yes.
So I just, and not only that, on a deeper level, his music has really gotten me through some things. And if, to say the least, if I'm feeling down, I literally would play Larry June. He gets me motivated and helps me remember that it's, you know, keep that tunnel vision and not to get, you know, sidetracked by BS and just to keep going.
So, top 3 songs.
Shit, everything. Like,
If you got
top 3 songs, Organic, Fatherhood, Financial Freedom, and it's so many that I like though. Smoothies in 1991.
That's my shit.
Let's just
like that
cap it to that. But yeah,
That
definitely a vibe. My go-to song actually is Financial Freedom because that's what I'm dealing with right now. That's what I want to have. So I always tune that on because he's literally telling you, like, giving you the blueprint.
Yeah.
And so if you don't listen closely, you're not gonna.
It's not gonna happen.
You ain't gonna get that connect. Like
it's not.
So definitely, yeah.
I'm gonna give it a spin.
Absolutely.
So, who is Kay Vee?
Who is Kay Vee? That's such a broad question, but we here with it. Okay, so first of all, let me shout out to my family that just joined. B. Jordan, my god sister. Hey, lovely. Thank you for tapping in. Hey, godmom, Mobra29. Thank you. Hey, Kim, the Union Greeks. Make sure y'all check him out. And hi, Miss Whitfield. Thank you for tapping in with me today. I love you guys so much. So, I'm sorry. What was the question? Who is Kay Vee?
Who is Kay Vee? Who is Kay Vee?
All right. Who is Kay Vee? So, I am her. I am her. So I'm just someone who is trying to get to the bag, man. That's really all I'm trying to do here. But I'm one of those people that sees a problem, tries to find a solution. And so the problem here is people don't know how much talent we have in this city.
Okay.
So why not create a podcast, a platform that will highlight the artistry of these people? So I'm big on that energy, making sure I'm in a position to help people win because people really don't know what they're doing, and I want to be that individual that can help them get there. And so that's who I am. I am fun, energetic. I'm always positive. I try not to let the little stuff get to me, and my mood is always keep it 100 and keep going, like always. So yeah, that's who I am.
Now, what exactly is Kay Vee Relations?
So Kay Vee Relations, Kay Vee is obviously, that's my name. My name is Kaylin, last name Vic, shorten it to Kay Vee. relations is the piece we want to focus on. That is the relationships that I have with people, with brands, with just relationships in general, connecting, networking. And so I offer services to help small businesses connect with their audience. So as you know, I mean, we had a pandemic. We still are kind of in one. I don't really know. But with that being said, a lot of businesses were birthed in spite of the pandemic. And I believe a lot of people don't know how to actually execute their business goals. And so I'm a business that will help them do that. And so when I get this question, it's almost as if I have to watch myself from rambling because I do so much. It's a multifaceted brand, and I do graphic design. I have planners. I have journals. I create stickers, logos, buttons for businesses that are looking to market themselves. So just recently I finished up an order for someone who just launched her business, and she's having a pop-up shop this weekend. And I made some buttons for her with her logo inside of them for her customers, her audience, and I also made some stickers for her. So that's a newly added service that I just added on with stickers. So anything that will help market your brand, I look for ways to create that for you and, help you put yourself out there.
I like it. It's multifaceted, and you can never go wrong with having multiple hustles.
Right, exactly. And it's not even like each thing is a hustle. It's a part of the business. Kay Vee Relations is an umbrella, right? And so underneath that umbrella, you got public relations, you got media kits, you got graphic design, you got products that I'm actually selling, and planners actually, and I might be rambling like, I do that. So planners actually is something that's what I first started off with. And so planners help people, right? Yeah. They help organize your life, what it is you have going on. And so I take that in consideration because all my planners are customizable. So if you are an entrepreneur and you want a boss babe planner that maybe has a form in there for your orders or clients or appointments, even if you're a hairdresser or something like that, and I create that for you. So it's almost similar to working with a brand or someone that is about to launch a business. You have that consultation with them. You say, what is your mission statement? What are your goals for your business? And you just take off from there and kind of see how you can help your knowledge, what you have, and apply it and try to, help them understand. If you do this, you'll get this return. So that's what I do.
You do a lot, and I like it, and I'm here for it, and I support you.
Thank you.
So we all know we have Kay Vee Relations, but you also work full time. So how do you juggle all of that, the orders, the podcast, and working?
FTJ. Fuck that job.
Kids. Oh, you got no kids.
Yeah, no, I just do it, man. It's hard because, like I mentioned, the pandemic has really taught me, because we're working remote right now, right? So the pandemic has taught me that I really am not built for a 9-to-5, and I know that's cliche. That's a cliche statement, especially being in a space where entrepreneurship is on the rise, and most people will say that. They don't feel like they can work a 9-to-5, but no. Once you experience what we've all experienced in the pandemic, working from home and being able to prioritize your work and also have time to put focus on your business or your hustle, it just makes you realize that your passion and your heart is in your business. And so the 9-to-5 is getting in the way of that, so it just kind of irritates you. At least that's my thing right now. And so what happens is I really have to tell myself, take a step back from this feeling, because it'll get to a point where I get so irritated that I'm like, I literally wake up, give 8 hours of my time to someone else, and I can barely after that give an hour to my business, and that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So just working through that mental space and saying to yourself, you have to be uncomfortable to get the results that you want, and this is being uncomfortable for me.
Right.
Being at the 9 to 5, doing a whole lot of juggling with the hustle that I want to put 100% of my time into, but I can't because I have this 9 to 5 I'm dealing with. So I won't even say that I can't. You have to be willing to sacrifice some sleep for you to be able to juggle the two. And so that's just what I'm doing. And I'm actually a procrastinator, so that doesn't mix well in the equation. But I like to say I'm a productive procrastinator.
I think we all think we're all
procrastinators. And so I try to just juggle it all, man, the best way I can. And I'm learning that even when you juggle, you have to give your best self at all times.
Yeah.
So, and that's hard because I want to give all of myself to my business only. But that 9 to 5 is big.
Yes, girl.
So here we are.
It's gonna happen though. One
I
day at
hope
a
so.
time.
I
So
hope so.
with all the juggling and the stress and all of that, how do you take care of yourself? How do you keep your mental straight? How do you keep your everything together? Self-care.
Self-care for me is stepping away from the chaos that you would describe that you're going through. I mean, whether it be overwhelmed with work, you can't think of something. Like for me, because I'm a creative, I'm always constantly thinking. Every time I wake up, my mind's out the door. Like always, you know, wheels spinning. So for me, it's like my passion for helping people keeps me going. I mean, that's just what it is. And we have a question here. It says, how did you find your passion? You don't find your passion, it's in you. And so my mother has always told me that, and that's another thing, self-care. I don't think I really finished that question either. Self-care for me is one, finding time to step away, whether that be walking outside. That's really key for me. Getting outside, becoming one with nature, and that really resets me. And so once I reset, I'm able to produce more work, with quality work. And family also. There are times where I just feel like I have to be surrounded by family right now because there's too much going on. And once that happens, I'm resetting. So family is important. And thank you, Arkia. Thank you, boo. So sweet. So yeah, family is important, and just knowing when to take a step back is very important.
Yeah.
How did I find my passion? So back to that, you don't find your passion, it's in you. And so my mother has always told me that God has placed something on my life where I have to help people. There's a calling on my life to help people, and I believe that. And whether it's through the media industry, entertainment industry, whatever, I have knowledge, and I'm so open and willing to share that with the world, to help them with their business or whatever it is they got going on. So
I like that. We got another one from Michael Angelo of Hip Hop, who you were hearing earlier.
hey, Michelangelo.
He wants to know, how do you describe the Kay Vee Relations brand in far as what your client should expect from working with you?
Good question. So I mentioned this earlier. Kay Vee Relations is a multifaceted brand that is dedicated to helping individuals elevate in their brand, market themselves, get that exposure, that social media presence that they want. So I'm actually cooking up some packages, brand packages for entrepreneurs where they can actually just create a package and price it. I price it, and then they can buy that. And what's included in those packages could be a logo, a flyer. I make social media templates customizable to that brand, so something with their logo on it, whether it be inspirational quotes or whatever. So that consultation that I mentioned earlier will help me with describing what goes in your bundle. But social media, you get like 10 templates that you can actually design, create yourself, but I create the templates with your logo on it, and you can type in whatever through Canva. If you are hip to Canva, which is a free graphic design service, I suggest everybody who has a business get involved with them. But yeah, I use that, and so I help people basically brand themselves in any way possible. And if I don't have a certain service listed on my menu, you can actually inquire, and I will try my best to figure out a way to make it happen. So, for instance, I didn't know I was about to start selling buttons. You know what I mean? Those push pins, buttons. And someone asked me, hey, I have an event and I need 50 buttons made. Can you do that? Yeah, absolutely. You know, so it just depends. Just let me know, and I will work my hand and figure that out. As far as what my clients should expect with working for me, you can expect professionalism, and you can expect a listener. Like, you guys are always correct. I've been in customer service for 10 plus years, so it's, you know, that's in me as well. I have to know that my customer is satisfied. So you can always expect good quality work, and it's gonna be what you ask for, because I listen. So
yeah, that's good. I like that. We have Sweet Charbie.
What up, mama?
She wants to know what drives and motivates you for your productive
She
procrastinator.
calling me out. That's some shade
That's
right
mama
there.
baby.
So what drives and motivates my productive procrastinator? I don't really understand that question, but let me try to take a swing at this. So what drives my productive procrastination? Maybe it's really in my head when I say I have more time than I think. And so what happens is I wake up and have multiple things that I'm trying to do at one time. Like, I'm a great multitasker, as I would like to say. So, you know, like I said, I do work the 9 to 5. So I have that going on, but you get text messages or inquiries from people wanting services.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a lot, but I think what I have to learn how to do is maximize the time that I have, which I believe, and I think all procrastinators believe, that we don't have enough time in a day, but we really do if we time block. And so that's what I'm trying to master right now. Time blocking, because what happens is I wake up, I have so many things to do, I'll start working on something here and here and here, and it just be too much going on. So that's why I say productive procrastinator, because I do so much, but I know that if I was not so much a procrastinator, I could probably do or produce more stuff for you guys. It's just, it's hard. I think it's just a mind game. You think you have more time than you do, and then it ends up being time to go to bed, and it's like, oh well, I'll start on that tomorrow, and then it's just a repetitive cycle that I can't seem to break.
You know, one thing that helped me a long time ago when I was like trying to get stuff achieved, I put my screensaver and it said, you have the same 24 hours as Beyonce.
That's good.
Yeah. So every day I would look at that and be like, all right, we're about to go work out.
That's good.
All right,
right.
we're about to go do this. All right,
Right.
go do that.
And that's another thing too that I feel like motivates, or that's a central motivator for me and everything that I have going on, is working out. Shout out to Nate, my trainer. So every time I work out, it's like it gives me that energy I need to fuel my business. So without working out, I will probably let procrastination take over, but that that energy I get from working out, obviously it's boosted, and then that way I can be more awake or alert to have that energy to put into my business. So.
And it clears your mind. It's just not so clouded, and you can make better decisions about your day.
And it just makes you feel good, like, okay, I worked out today, so I'm a good girl. Like, I did that. Like, I did that. So, definitely understand that. Arkia, we got a comment here. I remember us talking about the direction Kay Vee relations would go last year, and look at you now, a year later. Thank you so much, babe. I'm so freaking proud of you. Go, friend, go. Thank you so much. Yes, sometimes I forget to take a step back, even though I just said that's what I like to do, but sometimes I forget to and see the progress that I made, because when you hear from other people, it's like, oh, I did say that I was going to birth a podcast a year or two ago, and then boom, I did it. You don't really think about, like, oh, I really said what I was going to do. You know, I really did what I said I was going to do. I mean, and exactly. And so when you have that's that support system too that I really enjoy, and that keeps me up on my game. We have people like Arkia that will remind you that, yo, you came here and now look at you. Like, and I forget that.
No, you do.
I really forget.
I know. I do want to ask before we get to the next one. With that, it's going to piggyback. How supportive are your friends and family of your business?
Mad supportive. Now I have lost some friends in the process. Not as it relates to the business, but just growing up, and things change, circumstances change, your needs change, and some people just I want to see all my friends win, but some people you just don't go in the same direction. If that makes sense. So, and that's okay, but that's when you got to take a step back. Like, okay, we're not our goals are not aligned anymore. So. See ya. So,
you grow out of friendship.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. So the people I do have in my corner, number one, my parents. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my dad. He don't tap in like he needs to, and I hope he listens to this video. But my mom, she taps in every Thursday,
She does.
and so it's stuff like that. And she tells her friends to tap in, and that really motivates me. And my aunt from Cincinnati tapped in last week, so they slowly or surely starting to tap in. So when I see family on here, this is really who I do it for. So all these other numbers and views, those are nice, but it's like, okay, I get to show my family this side of me, because this is not something I really talk about. They just kind of, it's an understanding. They're proud of me for going to school. They're proud of the basic line, borderline stuff, and it's like, well, I want more for myself. So, I set that bar. But my support system is absolutely amazing. Even my friends, like I said, when I'm asleep on myself, they here to wake me up. Like, sis, get it together. Including you. I mean, you are interviewing me today, but you are in that group of friends where, we all inspire each other, and I believe that's very important to have in a friendship.
You definitely helped me, like, putting me here, because you know what I was going through at one point. So you can get me out of that space and get me back into the creative world. It's definitely something I needed. So I'm always here.
Yeah, let's talk about Mika for a minute. She made me still be interested in politics, which I hate. But she was is going down that lane, and so I kind of gave her an opportunity to see what this world is like, creatives, and being in a creative space and studio and all that stuff. And I believe that has contributed to your interest now, and I like that. I see you growing too, and hopefully eventually you can say no to politics and come on over here with your girl and being creative. But that's you though. That's you.
I think that I am kind of getting away from politics because it's getting crazy, but I think I am more so. I like this. Like, even sitting here interviewing you right now, it's like, I like this. I feel comfortable. I'm like in my zone. I like it. So maybe so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even with the fashion fashion show that you directed. Shout out to Worldwide Woman Clothing. Oh yes, I love it. So even with that was my first time hosting. You gave me that opportunity, and I think in exchange, that's what we do. That's what we should do as friends. Give people that opportunity because we won't know if we like something until we step into that. Yeah. So definitely. Yeah, it's an annual event. So be on the lookout for the next one. That was such a vibe, and it makes me think. I'm like, okay, maybe I can do what Crisis be doing. If y'all know Just Crisis, make sure y'all shout out to him too. But he hosts everywhere, and it's like I can't do that, but that experience that I had was like, okay, I love hyping the crowd up. I love making people feel good. So it all goes into that helping factor.
Yeah, it's the interacting with the people and making them feel good. Like, oh, you want to have a good time? I want to have a good time. Let's all have a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we got some questions. Okay. We have Arkia on Instagram. She wants to know, how do you manage your products or your projects?
How I manage my projects. Now, I don't think she put me on the hot seat because she know I'll be talking to her about how stuff be just happening. Okay, so how I should manage my projects. No, I'm just kidding. So how I manage my projects is, so I have a whiteboard. Even though everything is digital nowadays, I still like to be old school and write stuff down. Hence my planners. Like, I think people really are asleep on how important it is to have a physical planner. They are starting to create digital planners and stuff that you will only have on your iPad, but I feel like I don't remember it unless I write it down, and when you're texting it out, it's not the same as writing it down. So that's one of the things that I do. I put in order based on who inquired first or who paid first. Really, that's who paid first. And so I prioritize it that way. And so I try, starting off too, you want to pay attention to how long you spend on projects so you know what to charge people. And so that's what I'm mastering now, because I don't want to undercut myself, but I also don't want to overcharge. I want to be an affordable business. So
you always, like, you'll send me a text and say, how much would you charge for such and such and such and such? And I'll give you like a price that I think is fair, but you'll be like, see, I thought I would be charging too much. I'm like, no, girl. Like, charge some people. You putting this work in, you're doing it all by yourself.
My mom has to give me that same talk because it's like, you know what I do though? Because I'm a cheap person. I'm very frugal with my money, and but I'll spend whatever on some food. But anyway, so it's like, okay, would I purchase this thing that I'm selling for this price? I don't think so. But that's me. I have to remember that I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's people out here that's selling $100 sweatshirts, and I'm like, but it's, I'll do it if I'm supporting like Bari. This shit is not cheap, and so I pay. It's good quality though, and so that's what you pay for. So that's what I have to remember. You get the quality. It's my time. My time is valuable, and I just always have to remember that.
Yeah, you gonna cut yourself short by being like, okay, I'm gonna give you this for such and such amount. When you put 5-6 hours into this,
and material too. Like that stuff ain't cheap. I work with a lot of vinyl. It's a lot of printing that I do, especially with this new service for stickers. And I know I'm going to be getting orders where they want 250 stickers made in one,
That's
one
a
order.
lot of product that you have to purchase.
Exactly.
Like, even when you first began, me and you were talking, and you was like, I need a new iPad. Like, iPad is not cheap.
Here I am. And this is my baby. Like, but that's one thing about being an entrepreneur. You have to know, and you have to know, and you have to be willing to make those investments.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, we do have this awesome sign here, awesome studio space. But I was looking to get a sign made, like a neon light sign made. Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
And so those are $400. And so I'm just like, this will do for right now. This will be okay.
We could buy some lights from the dollar store. And put it on.
But yeah, I would love to do that. But they say, eventually I want to get to the point where $400 is pocket change.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing. Yeah. but right now that's like, oof, that's a lot. So
you gotta start somewhere. But
exactly, we on our way.
We gonna get there.
We on our way there. Oh, and I just want to shout out this just in case The Rock wants to, you know,
sponsor
me or something one day. But we just tried the Tirmana. That I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The Tirmana Tequila Reposado, and it is fire. Make sure y'all tap in with this.
Super smooth.
This is like $32.99, and I think Blanco was $29.99. So very inexpensive, very smooth if you like tequila.
Yeah.
And it'll get you together. So
I like it.
Shout out to The Rock.
Shout out to you, boo.
Yes.
And we got more questions. They tapping in with you today.
Thank you guys. You guys really do love me because I do want to call out every single person because you see my post about comment below your questions. I tried it. I wanted to get some questions prior to the show, but no one commented, and that's okay. And that's okay. Y'all still tapped in, so I love y'all for that.
They here, they present.
I love it.
In the moment.
Okay.
So we have, I'm gonna scroll away from it. Michelangelo of hip hop. What do you think is the most important part of an entrepreneur's brand?
Staying true to yourself, despite the trends that are going on, and despite the local businesses you see around you, especially those people that you actually know and how far they are in their business.
Okay.
You don't want to match your journey with someone else's because you will feel defeated.
Yeah.
I mean, your journey is your journey. So I think that's one of the things you need to remember, and that's one of the hardest ones because I'm impatient.
Yeah.
And so I want things now, and I know that that's not realistic. And so you have to really take a step back and really say to yourself, okay, I'm rooting for them over there, but I want to be in that spot. So what do I have to do to get there? And so that's what you focus on.
I think that with just regular social media too, because you see on like Facebook, Instagram, or whatever it is, you see people post their highs. Nobody's gonna post their lows.
Not at all.
And you're comparing yourself to all these people, and it's like, no, sis, that's your journey. Live your life and don't be mad about it.
And one thing about Kay Vee Relations too, that I'm transparent. I want to take y'all on this journey. It's trial and error. I didn't wake up saying I want to be an entrepreneur. It just happened because I saw, like I said, I saw a problem, and I wanted to be the solution. And I didn't know, even birthing this podcast, I had no idea. I have no idea where it's going, but I know that the city of Akron needed it because there's so much talent out here, and they need to be exposed. And it's unbelievable how many people are in this chair, as a guest on this show, and I'm learning things about them that I never knew. So.
And let's speak on you being booked.
Oh yeah. Shout out to everybody who has sent people my way, who have shared my podcast. I've gotten inquiries about being on the show, which to me is insane because I'm like, you want to be on my show?
Yes, they do.
So I appreciate that.
Come sit down and talk to somebody because they're going to focus on you and your business.
Yeah.
And there ain't going to be no BS. It's a good vibe
Yes,
every Thursday.
Exactly. So I'm very happy about that. Yes, I'm booked and busy, so I keep getting some more inboxes trying to be on the show, but unfortunately, guys, I am all booked up to the end of the year, and so I will not be booking anybody until 2022.
Look at that.
I mean, to say that is kind of crazy, but it's time to monetize because this is also, people don't know, because I get a lot of inquiries too, like I had someone want to be on the show and they said, well, how much do I owe you for being on the show? And I was like,
wow.
What? So no, this is actually a free platform for guests because again, I want to be affordable, and also I just want to be a platform where, anybody can get on there. I mean, I have to scan you out, check you out first. I'm not just letting anybody on here, but if you have a valuable service that you're offering, I definitely want to highlight that. And so this platform is totally free. However, I do accept merchandise if you want me to promote. Yes, and so I have a team here. So if you're gonna bring merch, you gotta bring it for the whole team.
Shout out to Jackie.
Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to A Mother First. She brought some really good food here for the team. And so yes, we have that going on. And because we're talking about it, I actually have a PO box now where I will be allowing people to send me stuff, and we can market it on the podcast. So if you are interested in that, make sure you tap in with me, and let me give you that address. My P.O. Box is P.O. Box 67352, Cuyahoga Falls 44221. It is in my bio, so make sure y'all tap in with that. I'm always looking to give people that exposure, whether it's being on the show or just having some items up here that you want to showcase and let the world know about.
Just take one.
So, yeah, exactly.
So, I don't have to ask my questions at this point. We have some comments.
Okay.
I have Missouri Mama on Instagram.
Hey, best friend.
She
I
said,
still don't know who Missouri is, but
oh,
no.
She said, Kay, you are such an inspiration, such a boss, and you keep everyone around you pushing to be better. So proud of you.
I'm gonna cry.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, best friend. That's sweet.
And she said that you could be a host because your energy is on 1,000.
Oh, thank you.
She's also asking, how do you incorporate someone's vision into a project such as advertising products?
So, like I mentioned, I like to listen to the customer, and I like to sit down with them, either have a phone consultation, or sometimes I even meet in person. Like, if one time my homegirl, just happened to be a homegirl at the time, but we went out, mustard seed, got some drinks, and talk business. And so I do meetings like that. It's great if you can pay for my meal too, but I will set up meetings for you. So yeah, I just basically talk with them. I have a series of questions that I will have them answer to give me a better vision of who it is they are and what it is they're trying to do with their business. And that's my same process for graphic design work. However, I deliver a form that is digital, and you basically fill it out remote, and it has a series of questions that will allow me to gain a better understanding of your vision, what it is you want, so that I can execute and produce a product that you love. So,
Mike on Facebook wants to know, do you work with businesses outside of the Akron area?
So I do not. However, people have been on the show from Columbus. Shout out to Glow Therapy. Shout out to Batty Quay Baby. Those are two people that were from Columbus that traveled here. Literally traveled here. Except for Glow Therapy. They were actually remote, but they're going to be on the show again, and they'll be actually in the building.
Okay.
So I really appreciate when my guests actually travel here to be on this platform. It's pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
that's about it though right now. I mean, I always try to, I'm open to working with people outside of Akron, Ohio, clearly, but my focus was here starting this podcast because I saw so many people that were talented but didn't have that space where they could showcase that. So
I really like that. I would never, because a lot of people did pop up with businesses and they're making like really good
you'd be a
products.
fool not to. I mean,
Yeah.
if you didn't have anything else going on, like, you're in school. So if you're in school, all of that stuff is great. But I'm saying for somebody who just on their ass not doing nothing, and you ain't starting no business during the pandemic, come on. The right way. Get the PPP the right way. We're not trying to have nobody locked up.
No, they coming. They coming. They coming.
Yeah, people think they done scammed the government, and it's like, I don't think so. You're going to jail. You about to lose your job. So, yeah.
So, out of everything that you currently offer, what do you want to add to the roster in the next 6 months to a year?
So I want to start creating, like, it's a goal of mine to create an ebook.
Okay.
So I am a very knowledgeable person. I have a degree in knowledge management and public relations, and I have a minors in advertising. And so for me, I'm a pretty knowledgeable person. I also work with career center at my alumni college, and so I work very closely with those individuals to where I now know how to help people with their resumes, just little stuff like that. I used to have resume services, but it just became homework for me, and so that was one of those things I started to make income, but that wasn't my passion. So you never want to start a business if it's not your passion, and you never want to start a business when you just focused on money. Now, that's obviously a goal when some people start a business, they want to make money, but for me, when you start off that way, the work you produce is not going to be what you want it to be. So make sure you have a passion with that. Hi Shyla, thank you for tapping in. And so I'm going on a tangent, but what was the original question now? Because when I get to talking, it's like, oh wait, what was the actual question?
No, it was what do you want to add to your roster?
Yes. So I would love to create an ebook, basically helping people with how to market themselves just in a book format. There will be step-by-step processes that they can actually apply to their business to yield the results that they want. And also just giving people resources, because there's so many apps out there that allow you to automate your social media posts, shorten links to URLs. Like, I don't know, I'm a graphic designer, so that stuff is pretty important when you're doing little stuff. There's so many things that are out there basically for businesses to use to make their job easier. And so I want to put that all in one book and give it to the masses, you know, and get them hit free game. But this not free.
No, you gonna have
you gonna have to pay. But yeah, that, and also I want to be able to have Instagram audit services. So basically, people can purchase. I don't even know how to word this, but basically they can go through me, and I will scan their Instagram profile and basically give them recommendations on how to, one, get noticed more faster, whether it be how to customize your bio to make it more appealing to your audience, and also just having a strategic plan for the way your Instagram posts are set up, your highlight reels. I'm starting to also put those in the bundles. You know how they have like different covers for your highlight reels? I create those covers for people. And so that also is eye-catching element to Instagram that people don't know about. And so I will help you with that. And yeah, that's basically what the Instagram audit would be. It's just a quick scan of your socials and make sure you have everything where it needs to be. Because some people just don't know why they aren't getting the sales that they want, why they aren't getting the views that they want. And most of the time it's based on consistency. You have to be consistent. And I struggle with that even because, like I said, there's so much going on, 9 to 5, trying to stick to your health regimen, like trying to fit that time in to work out, all that stuff. So, just making sure you just got that all together.
So we're going to be on the lookout for that ebook.
Yeah, definitely.
For very soon.
Yes.
I also wanted to ask, this is one I've been wanting to ask you.
Okay.
Out of everything you or not, I was reading the same question. Do you have a mentor? If not, who would you want your mentor to be?
So I don't have a mentor. I've been saying I want one. But in this game, it's like you create your own lane and you figure shit out.
Okay.
And so that's the lane I'm in right now. And it's been hard just trying to find a mentor that is in this field that I'm in. You know, this is different. Being in Akron, I mean, I feel like the stuff that I do, more people do it in big cities like Atlanta, Houston, things like that. Like marketing, media, relations, and all that stuff. And if anybody knows Karen Civil, that's like my girl. Like, she's a big PR person in the industry, black female. And so she's actually one of the only ones I really know that work with big name celebrity. And so she's somebody I actually inspired to be, and as far as it relates to my career. And she just plugged herself in with all of these people, and you just wouldn't know that that was her work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And so that's what Kay Vee Relations is. I don't have to be in front of the TV screen. I don't have to be loud, and you don't have to know that I did this this video or whatever.
But my bank account does.
Exactly, but my bank account says otherwise. So just a soft flex. I want to be able to get people talking, like, oh, who did this? Oh, and then my name is buzzing, you know, and that's kind of what I want to be. I'm a low key person. I don't have to be, you know, on the scene and all that. So Karen Sybil definitely is somebody that is motivating, and you know, she has a podcast that with her best friend Ming Lee, and I tap in with them, and hers is actually on Thursdays as well, and it was not planned. I wasn't, you know, copying her or anything like that. But yes, great minds, and I tune in and I learn something from them as well. And pretty cool, awesome women to follow in this industry. So.
What are like the Karen Sybil podcast? Do you have any other podcasts that you listen to that are like motivational or give you good information?
I love podcasts. Earn Your Leisure is like number one for me, and eventually I actually want to have Tapping Thursdays set up that way, because right now, if you guys have noticed, season 1, aka this whole year of episodes for Tapping Thursdays has been surface level for brands out here, what it is they do, who they are, what services, products they offer. Next year, I want to get into educating the masses about certain topics that someone may master, have mastery in, and that's kind of what Earn Your Leisure does, and that's one of the reasons why I keep going back to them, because I'm going to leave that podcast with something in my pocket that I can apply to my business right now to make me money right now. So that's kind of what I want Tap In Thursdays to be next year. Get people in talking about certain topics that people actually can learn from, rather than an introduction. You know what I mean? What it is you do and all that stuff. So I definitely want to be in a position to use my knowledge and the knowledge of others in different subjects to educate other people, and they can actually learn something from their podcast. Right now, y'all learning about talent, who's out there, who you can book with, who you can get on your songs, features, and all that. But I want it to be deeper than that.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
Yeah.
You gotta have like a TV show or anything. You gotta have evolution.
Value. Michelangelo just was talking about that earlier. You gotta have that value that people would want in order to keep them coming.
Back.
So that's what we're doing.
You created the masses will come.
Mm-hmm.
Now we gonna end with one that you always end with. If you woke up with 1 million followers, what are you doing?
Like everybody's answer, market, promote. I want everybody digging in their wallets, trying to get their card information out so they can shop with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I will produce hella content, great content, maybe even quit my 9 to 5 so I can focus on that content, because you can literally translate that $1 million or 1 million followers to $1 million.
Oh yeah.
So
it's all about
of course, I wouldn't quit based on the fact that I had a lot of followers. It just would be, I'm just talking, but heck yeah, to make you want to, because it's like, okay, I don't need this 9 to 5. I got 1 million followers that I can easily try to, But that doesn't matter though either. Sometimes it's like, unless it's an organic following, like maybe I have to clarify that question too when I ask other people, because I know so many people who buy their followers, and you know how you can tell, like, this is free game. You know how you can tell when somebody bought their followers? You can tell by, okay, they got 10K followers, right? But they average like 200 likes on the post.
Yeah, that's not real.
No comments at all. Nobody's interacting. Come on, man, you bought your followers.
Them bots.
Like, them bots, yeah.
Them robots.
And it's like people on there you don't even know talk about some, you go boy, like basic as Basic AF. So, yeah, don't do that, y'all. Do not buy your followers. I can easily pick up on that. I think anybody who is big on social media can.
That's
so
like the
come
people
on.
that reshare
Stop
like
capping.
jokes and phrases that
Yeah.
people say. Like, it's not yours.
Exactly. Oh, I hate that. They do that on Facebook a lot.
Oh,
You go to you on Instagram, you see a meme. Okay, let me make it as an original status on Facebook to
Like,
get
why
it
would you
shaken.
share that?
And it's like, I read this somewhere, and it wasn't from you. Like,
I see it on Twitter a lot, but people call people out on Twitter
Yeah.
when they do that. I love it.
Oh, you answered his question. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think we answered everything. I think we got everything.
Well, wow. No, I think we're good. It's 8:02, so thank y'all. Let me check my checklist because I didn't create me a checklist so I can remember to say some things. So yes, I wanted to mention that I am having a social media contest right now with every guest who has appeared on Tapping Thursday since I started it back in February to the end of this month. So if anybody who has been on the show, you guys are eligible to participate in this challenge. What I need you guys to do is, one, be following me, Kay Vee Relations, and also be following Area 67 Recording Studio. So when you follow those two, you will be automatically entered to win. And basically the challenge is how many views, who has the most views on each platform. So there will be 2 winners. And I stream on Facebook and Instagram. So there's going to be 2 winners from there. So far on Facebook, we had Nate Martin, who was the fitness trainer that appeared on the show. He's in the lead with like 400 views and whatnot. And then who's slowly approaching that is Velito and Bugatti.
Okay.
Which they have like 360 something views.
Okay.
So in order for you guys to maximize your views, you want to get your followers to share that post and watch it. And so make sure y'all are doing that. And I will announce the winner September 3rd. So basically it gives people a month to get their views up. And the winner will be announced September 3rd, like I mentioned, but you will be able to win a free product or service. So if you are a business, you will benefit from this. So
That's a low.
I offer a lot, right? I offer a lot of services, so you don't want to miss this. And make sure you are telling people to tap in with you. Like, come on, tap in.
Period.
So yes, thank you guys, and shout out to Area 67 Recording Studio again, and we out. Make sure y'all tap in. Hey, make sure y'all tap in next Thursday. We're gonna have a really awesome guest. John Morgan, Live Your Purpose podcast. He's going to be here next week, so make sure y'all tap in. See ya.